Right then, guys. Hope you guys are doing great and wonderful on this day. And here back at it again for another vlog of Edenville. It's been about, I think about a month, maybe a little bit over a month since the last video that I uploaded. And I think it's about time to give you guys another update for this game. But yeah, I just hope that you guys are doing great, doing wonderful on this day. Thank you guys for tuning in to this Devlog. I hope you guys enjoy this video and subscribe if you guys enjoy this type of content. If you enjoyed this devlog or my previous devlogs and you guys are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe and follow me for my journey on making this game and future games that I'll be making here. So the format of this vlogs can be a tiny bit different before I would go into the days and see what changes I made to those days. But given the fact that it's been super busy the past month since the last devlog, I haven't had a chance to work on it consistently. There's been a couple of days where I actually don't end up working on it, or it's been sporadic throughout the days. So I'm thinking of just making it like, instead of days, I'm probably gonna go with weeks instead. So every week or 2 weeks I will then talk about what I've implemented those days. So let's get started and see how that ends up being. If you guys are ready to begin, feel free to grab some snacks and let's get this bad boy started. Let's get So for the past 2 weeks that I've worked on adding some features into the game, the only thing that you've been able to do in this game is be able to till the soil and use the sword to attack NPCs or enemies and all of that. And that's basically it. There's nothing else you can do in this game just yet. So and it feels kind of a little bit boring right now, just because you can't do other. You just can just harvest and then just attack enemies, which can be simple, but I would like to add more stuff into here so players can do more things. So what I did this 2 weeks, I've implemented an axe to be able to chop down trees. So you can chop down trees now, and I implemented a pickaxe so you can break rocks and all of that. So let's show you guys what I have so far. Nothing huge is happening here. You see it just visually. This feels kind of bland, but let me show you what you guys can do. So I got the axe in here, and then I have a pickaxe. I added these two tools that you can have. So when you click on the tree, it will get closer. It will then start chopping down the tree, and you can see the tree transitions into a stump. And then you can keep using the axe to then keep chopping down the stump, and then the stump disappears after a while. And the same thing for the rocks. So I added some rocks in here into the tile set to be able to place rocks throughout the level. So now when you select your pickaxe, you can then use that to break down rocks. And that's basically the two things that I've added into this. But as you can see, it feels kind of boring, or feels kind of bland. So let's jump real quick to adding some updates into that, make it look a little bit better when it comes to chopping down trees and rocks. So let's get started. Alright, so with these updates that I would like to add to the visual of when you hit an object, either if that's a tree or a rock, I would like to add some type of shader into that object so it kind of like gives it a knockback. I think it's easier to do it in the shader than in code. Both can be easy, but I think I can just do it in shader. Just offset the vertex a little bit and then tweak it back to normal. And then add some additional shader to that. It flickers the object so it looks like it's getting hurt. And then in addition to that, I'd like to add a camera shake so that when you hit it, it looks like you're actually hitting something. And it makes you feel good as a user, as you're attacking something. So let's jump into those updates and I'll get back to you guys once I have that implemented. Alright then, guys, it's been a few days since I've been implementing these features in here, and I did hit a roadblock at the beginning when implementing the shader for the trees and the rocks that are in here. The trees and the rocks are part of the tile set, and if you have not touched the tile sets here in Godot, you can add a shader into this trees and all of that in here. But if you hit a tree and you update the shader for that, it will do it for all the trees, regardless if you make it unique or you make it so that it's different per tree, right? It doesn't work like that in a tile set. So no matter what shader you're adding here, it will affect all the trees, even if you just update one of the trees or one of the objects in here. So that was one of the roadblocks, like how can I make this be different so it doesn't do it to all the trees? But I was able to find a solution for that, and I'm not going to get too technical into that, but if you guys want to know a little bit more on how I went on finding a solution to this problem, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if there's enough of you guys that are interested, I can make a YouTube short for that, or it could be a lengthy video, I don't know. depending on how long that's gonna be. But we ended up finding a good solution for that. And let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. I don't want to make it too technical in this video or anything, because I don't want to make it too long. But also, you know, feel free if you guys don't mind making my dev blogs a little bit more technical, just let me know. I can add those into this dev blogs for future dev blogs that I'll be doing. I have no problems with that. I just don't want to make it too long. But if you guys are cool with that, yeah, just feel free to let me know. All right, so let's jump into the game. We're back here as normal, right? So this is a tree. So as I mentioned, I added a knockback effect and like a flicker effect with a camera shake into this. So now once I select my axe and I hit the tree, bam, you can see the knockback happening. The tree starts flickering white, and you can see a little bit of the camera shake happening. And this makes it feel so much better than it was before. It feels great. So you can do that to the trees. I picked an axe, a pickaxe. I can then hit the rock from the bottom. It pushes back a little bit in front, and then it goes back to normal. If I were going to here, it will push it to the right a little bit, and then come back to normal. I can do it here too. And it knocks back and disappears. You can do this to all the trees and all the objects here to clear out areas in your, either let's say if your farm is filled with trees and obstacles that you want to clear out, and you can do that now. Just knocks back the tree, and basically you start clearing out all of this stuff in here that you have. There is one more thing that I would like to add into this game, and I think that'll be pretty cool to add in here just for relieving stress, I should say. Relieving stress, kind of like if you have like a ball. It's a ball that you can squeeze, and it's like a stress reliever. You know, you start squeezing it and squeezing it. I'd like to add something like that into the game. So give me a sec. I'll add that into the game. I'll be back. All right. So let me show you what I've added in here. I added a dummy here. So if you want to practice or anything here, and you're able to attack. And as you can see, I also added some type of effect to the player as well. If he actually ends up hitting something, the player kind of like pushes a little bit forward as he's swinging the sword, and it makes it look like you actually are hitting something. So you can do this, but if it doesn't attack, if it doesn't hit anybody, the player doesn't push forward. But if it hits something, you can see that it gives a little bit more user feedback as you're doing actions in this game. And I actually like that. It's pretty cool. Just adding a dummy here just for practice, getting practice in here. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, that was something simple, something fun to add into this game. Cool. So basically what I've added in the past 2 weeks. I still have more things that I would like to add. So let's get in there and let's jump into the next part. So the next things that I would like to implement is being able to get resources. Because right now you can chop down trees, you can break down rocks, but it doesn't give you anything right now. I would like to just start having that implementation in there and be able to give you some type of resource when it breaks down rocks. And additional to just resources, I would like to be able to add a shader so that when you walk behind objects, it gets a little bit transparent so that you can still see the player. And that's basically what I would like to start implementing that in this week. So I'm gonna start getting on that, and I'll come back and show you guys what I have so far. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so let me show you guys what I've implemented. It's been about a week since the last time. And the first thing I would like to show you guys is, I want to show you the shader when the player comes back, goes behind objects, and it makes them transparent. So let me show you guys that. So there we go. So now we have this kind of shader where it creates this radial circle effect in the center where the player is going to be at. It makes it transparent so that you're able to see the player. I'm a little bit unsure if it looks okay or not. I feel like, I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think about this in here. There's different ways you can go about this, where you can make the tree transparent but make the player be a silhouette, right? And I'm not kind of sure yet. I still kind of feel a little bit unsure about this right here, if it looks okay or not. It looks kind of cool though, right? But at the same time, it kind of looks like the Y sort doesn't work correctly. But then the implementation is there. See, as the player gets closer to the tree, it's able to have this shader effect here. But I am unsure if I like it or not. But let me know what you guys think about this, and maybe y'all can try the other one with the player being a silhouette of the player instead. But that will require a little bit more work, because if I was doing some actions like I was sitting with the pickaxe or anything, I'll have to make the pickaxe also be a silhouette, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. Maybe another additional thing I can add here, maybe make the player be a little bit more faded. You know what? I think that's probably what I'm gonna do and see how that's gonna look like, but I'll probably do that some other time. I just wanted to show you guys, hey, the player can go behind objects now and be able to see the players. Cool. So I added that. The other thing is the resources, right? I like to have so that if you shot down trees, you're able to get resources from it, such as wood. So if I were to hit it, now you can see, hey, I'm able to get wood now. But the reason why I didn't add it into my inventory is because my inventory is full. So now it's like outside now because it just popped out of my inventory, and that's where it's gonna be at for now until you actually pick it up. So I can keep chopping down trees. You can see the wood just jumping down below, which I like. I like that little effect. And basically, that's basically what it's gonna be doing. So each of these woods, every time you hit the tree, it gives you a certain amount of wood, maybe 2 to 3 for per hit. But it starts giving you these resources, which is great. And as you can see the little toast of the item that you're gonna get. So it tells you how much you got. It just gives you 3 wood. If I were to hit it again, it gives you +1 wood and +3 wood. So that's the resources that I have added. For the trees, for the rocks, it basically works the same way, but it gives you pieces of rocks instead. So I can shoot down here. It gives you a +1 on that +1 rock, and +3 on the rock, +3, +1, +3 on the rock. And that's basically what I've implemented for this resources and adding the shader into the player here. So that's basically what I spent on the last week. Be able to add resources in here, adding the shader and all of that. Yeah, I know I keep saying like I spent 2 weeks on this, on the other thing, 1 week on this, but I wasn't fully working on this for 1 week. You know, I could probably do all of this in 1 day. Sporadically throughout that week, I was able to start working on this a little bit over time, just so you guys know. So I was like, damn, it's taking so long to implement just resources for a week. But now it's just I haven't been able to work on this fully. That's basically about it. What I've implemented in the past week. So let's see what's gonna be next. See you guys in a bit. Alright then guys. So for this next update for this devlog, as you saw in my last week, you're able to have all these resources that you have, but you can't do nothing with them just yet. So my plan for this next little update is to be able to implement a shop and be able to sell these items. But I'm also going to be implementing the dialogue. Basically, that's the plan. Let me jump on that and I'll get back to you guys once I have that implemented. Alright then guys, so it's been about roughly 2 weeks, give or take. Maybe a little less or a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure, but it's about 2 weeks. I implemented this shop, so once I get in here, you can see that there's a house here on my left. This is just a testing house for now, so that I can have implement the functionality of being able to enter houses and all of that. So this is just a dummy house for now, but this is going to be the shop or this devlog for right now. So I'm able to enter, and it transitions to an indoor house here. And this is going to be the shop for right now. Still trying to test some of the items that I have in here. And then we have this NPC here that's going to be the trader or the seller that you're able to interact with. So I added a dialogue here, as I mentioned before. I ended up using Dialogic, as I mentioned in the past devlog. I don't know if it was the last devlog or last couple. I mentioned I was going to use Dialogic just because it actually looks pretty cool. It is in alpha, so it's not fully released, so it's experimental, but I really like it. And I wanted to test that out and see how that actually feels like. So I'm using that for the time being. So let's interact with this NPC right now. So you can interact. You use your little prompt up here that you can interact with the player. His name is Jenkins, and I put a dev on it just because I'm testing it right now. But it says, "Yo, welcome, my friend. What are you in here for?" And it gives you options that you can do here. So you can see, let's see what you have for sale, or you can put a never mind, and then it'll be like, okay, see you next time. But let's go back into that options again, and you can select, let's see what you have for sale, my boy. And then you'll be like, okay, let's have a look. And then it gives you this UI here. That's gonna be the shop UI for the time being. This is not the final and how it's gonna look like in the end, do this for right now temporarily so I can test out the functionality for this. So now, because you're able to sell stuff and buy stuff, I have to implement money for the player as well. So right now I'm broke. That's a joke. I have no money right now. But you got two different tabs up here, where the buy section is what you can buy from the seller. So you can buy pineapple seeds for 100 coins, 100 monies, or you can buy melon seeds for 200, right? So you can select these, and it gives you a bar in the bottom just to show you guys how much you want to buy. It gives you the name of the item on top, right? And then the description. I haven't implemented descriptions right now, which is why it says null. Once I add descriptions for all the items in here, it will show up in here. And then for selling, it will tells you what items you can sell from your inventory. So this shows up, and basically once you click sell, it loops through your inventory and checks what items can be sold. And so right now I can sell this melon seed. So I can sell it, and now I have 160 coins in here. I can come back here and be able to buy them again. But as always, when it comes to games, when you buy something and then you want to resell it back or just sell it anywhere else, the selling amount of money that you can get in return is going to be a little bit lower. So as you can see, I sold my seeds for 160, but it actually costs 200. So I cannot really buy it back. So I can basically just buy pineapple seeds if I wanted to, or I can just sold, right? So if I come back, but never mind, look at my inventory. As you can see, now my seeds are not there. But let's talk to him again. Let's see what he has for sale, and let's buy pineapple seeds instead. I'm buying it for 100 coins and get out of here. I'll say never mind, so I get out, and he'll say see you next time. And then if I see my inventory, you can now see I have pineapple seeds in here. But that's cool. So I can go back outside again. I can, let's drop these two right now for the time being, because I don't want them right now. Let's chop down some trees, and let's get some rocks as well. Chopping some rocks and chopping some trees. Now if I look at my inventory, I got 10 wood and 5 rocks in here. If I go back to the shop, I can go to shop UI again. Let's see what you have for sale. Go to the selling section. Now I have wood to sell. The money, the coins that I'm have here is not final just yet. As you can see, you can sell items in here. So I can sell all 5 in here. Actually, you know what? This probably was a bug, huh? Okay, hold on. Was that a bug? Yeah, that's definitely a bug. So it's not, you're not fully able to sell all of it. I'm able to sell all of them right now, and I will get 260 out of that and be able to see what else I can buy. So now me be able to chop down trees and break down rocks. I can buy my melon seed back, and if I look at my inventory, now I have my melon seeds in here now. Of the pineapple that I basically have outside. But yeah, that's basically the update that I have here for you guys so far for this roughly past 2 weeks. So let's see what I have. I might have some final things that I would like to tweak here. So let's jump on those, and I'll come back once I have them. The final things that I would like to add into the game so that I can put it into this video. I wanted to tweak some stuff so that it makes it feel a little bit better. So I have some updates that I would like to do to my character right now. So the way that it looks, I changed the sprites on them, and I feel like this one is a little bit better. I got some updates to fishing that I would like to do. I wanted it to avoid the progression bar that it does when you're about to cast it. I would like to add a health bar so that when you're attacking enemies or any other things that you're attacking, you can actually see how much health the obstacle or enemy that you're attacking has, and some other stuff that I would like to, some like minor tweaks that I would like to implement and show you guys what I have in mind. So let me jump into those things, and I'll come back once I have them in. All right then guys, well, I'm back. The first thing I would like to show you guys is the new look of the character. I feel like this one looks a little bit better than the other one. I still like the other one, but the reason why I didn't like the other one is just he seems a little bit, it seemed that he was too stiff when he was walking around and all of that, and I didn't really like that. It just feels a little bit more fluent, and he's not like super stiff like the other one was. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, if you guys prefer the other one than this one. But I actually really like this one a lot. Yeah, you can see all all the different sprites that are implemented already. It might need some tweaks to some of the pixels, but as of right now, this is like how I want it to look like. There's additional sprites that I added to this, so it's not just walking around, but I implemented the running sprites on this as well. So as you can see, now it starts running, and it's not like just walking faster like the other one was. And I just, I just prefer this one a little bit more than the other one. Feel free to let me know what you guys think, but I actually really like this one. It seems a little bit more fun, and it feels like it actually fits into this world, like unlike the other one. I may end up uploading like a quick YouTube short comparing the two in the future, so keep an eye out for that if you guys are interested. But cool, so this is one of the things that I wanted to tweak into this game. Just start having like an actual way how that character is gonna look like. So the other thing I would like to show you guys is I tweaked the shader when you go behind the objects, because I didn't really like the other one. It felt like it was like the Y sorting was something was going on there, like it was out of whack. But I actually prefer this one. This one actually looks a lot better. I actually made it so the transparency doesn't go all the way off in the center like before. So I clamped that a little bit, and then this one actually looks a little bit better. This makes it look like he's actually behind a tree, and I don't know, I just prefer this one. This is just that minor tweak made it look a little bit better than the other one was. So I prefer, that's actually pretty cool. So that was something quick that I wanted to tweak. Another thing is that I made updates to fishing. So before, as you remember, I was able to cast in any direction no matter where I was at, and it showed a little progression bar, and that progression bar determined if the bait was going to land in the location where you have your mouse clicked at. So if the bar that was swinging back and forth landed in the green area, it will land in the precise location where your mouse is at. But I ended up changing that a little bit. So if I come back here and I cast it, now you have this thing here that is going back and forth instead, and this is going to show you where actually the bait it's going to land into. I think I like this one a little bit better. It's a little bit more simpler than the other one, and it's not too confusing. The only problem about this one is that I can't cast it in any direction anymore like I did before, so it has to cast in the right in the direction that the character is facing, so it has to be in that area. But you can change different locations. Let's say you were surrounded with water in all three different areas. You can actually change it and be in that location. There's just the minor thing that I would like to tweak, just because this is actually using the cells tile coordinates. So right now I'm like in between two different tiles, which is why it's not, the cursor is not right in front of it. So I may have to tweak that so it doesn't use the tile coordinates instead, and remove that logic so that I can throw my bait in any location. But this is the main idea that I would like to have in here, and be able to make it a little bit simpler. I think I like this idea a little bit better. The progression bar will still be there when you actually catching the fish, so that will stay in there. But just a tiny little tweak. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys prefer being able to cast in any direction like I did before? Because I can put my cursor all the way up here and you'll still be able to cast it here regardless what position the character is at. Or do you want it to always just cast in front of the character at all times? Just a thought. I just trying to make it a little bit simpler than it was before, but feel free to let me know your feedback or thoughts about it. I feel like I like it. Just a little bit more restricted, right? Oh, I ended up catching something, but yeah, I can see you can still have this progression bar on top, which is just if you go too far or go too low, the fish will just break away, right? So release that little bad boy, and it goes away. Cool. So yeah, that's basically the update on fishing. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is that I implemented a health bar into the game. So when you're attacking enemies or anything that you're attacking that deals damage, you will see a certain health bar on top of it. So let me go back. All right, so let's wait for the slime to spawn. There he goes. And then if I attack it, you can now see there's a health bar right on top of it. Buddy, I gotta fix that position on that sword for the left side. Going too far, and then the NPC is gone. So yeah, so there's a quick little health bar just showing you guys. Now NPCs can actually die and be able to, clear out areas. And the last part that I updated here is I fixed the shop bug that was happening in earlier. Previous NPC is still using the previous character sprite sheet, so it's still using the old one. So you can basically just compare the previous sprite sheet and see which one looks a little bit better. I think one thing I need to do is maybe add some hair on him and see if it actually looks better or not. But let's go to the shop UI real quick. Let's see what you have for sale. Come in here. Let's get some wood. And now all of this stuff works now. I have 26 wood and be able to sell all of them. So let's say I want to sell 10. I get 160 because that's 16 times 10 is 160. There should be still 16 in here. So as you can see, they're still in there. Sell all of those and be able to sell all of my rocks. And then with that, I can buy a lot of other stuff in here, which is I'm very excited about. I can buy 2 of those if I wanted to. That's as much as I'm able to buy. Or I can just purchase these 2 here. I can purchase 2 pineapple seeds. And then there you go. I think one just final thing is to show maybe how the quantity of how much you have, either in here or maybe near the icon. But this is just minor tweaks and modifications that I can do in the future. And basically that's about it, guys. Those are basically the updates that I wanted to add into this game for this blog. It feels like it wasn't a lot, but it is actually a lot of different things. And if I haven't mentioned earlier, if you guys are interested as well, I didn't mention all the bugs that I fixed in this game that I've done so far, or I didn't mention it in this video. But if you guys are interested, put it in the description. This will be a section that says changelog, and I'll have all the things that I updated since the last time that you guys saw the game. But yeah, this is basically about it. I hope you guys are excited about this like I am, and you guys are enjoying this video and this devlog. This devlog was a little bit different than the old one, than how I done it before, just because it felt like it was a little bit easier than doing it how I was doing it before. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like this video. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe if you guys enjoy this content and willing to go through this journey as I'm going through this journey, working on Edenville and future games that I'll probably be doing in this channel. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you guys in here. It does help me out with the algorithm. And yeah, any feedback that you guys saw in today's devlog, feedback or comments or whatever, feel free to put in the comments. I'll definitely be reading them and reply to them as well. So cool. And that's basically about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. Signing out.